All right, let's talk about the week of February 15th to the 22nd, because something really big shifted in the world of AI. The conversation, it took a hard left turn. We're not just talking about abstract algorithms anymore. Nope. AI just slammed into the physical world, and the ripple effect from that collision, it's heading straight for your wallet. So let's break down what actually happened. And it all kicks off with a really simple question, but one that might, well, it's going to hit you right where it hurts, your wallet. Why is your next smart TV, or your next gaming console, or even your phone suddenly going to cost more? Believe me, the answer is way more complex and honestly, a lot more interesting than you'd probably guess. And look, this isn't just some theory we're cooking up. This headline from hardware.com BR came out this week, and it lays it out plain and simple. The AI explosion is causing a full-blown memory crisis. So the real question is, how on earth does a software boom create a hardware shortage that ends up affecting what you buy for your living room? Let's get into it. Okay, so the answer? It all comes down to what we're calling the infrastructure crisis. Yeah, it's all about the hidden physical cost of making all of this digital magic happen. So here's the absolute heart of the matter. You've got these massive tech giants, right? Meta, Microsoft, and they are locked in an all-out arms race. But here's the twist. The fight isn't just about who has the smartest AI model anymore. It's a flat-out battle for the physical stuff, the GPUs, the high-speed memory that these models need just to exist in the first place. And you can see how this plays out like a set of dominoes. First, these tech giants are pouring billions of dollars into building enormous AI data centers. I mean, Meta just inked a huge deal with NVIDIA for exactly this. Step two, to fill up these data centers, they're buying up insane amounts of high-speed memory. And yeah, we're talking about the same kind of RAM that goes into your TV, your console, your phone. This, of course, creates a global shortage. And what happens next is just basic economics 101. Supply goes down, demand shoots up, and the price for everybody goes up. And that right there is the direct line connecting a corporate AI arms race to the price tag on your next TV. And this right here is probably the single biggest strategic shift we saw all week. For years, the whole AI race was about software. You know, who could code the most complex, the most powerful model? But now, the entire battleground has shifted. The new game is all about who can get their hands on the physical stuff, the hardware, the infrastructure, to actually power these massive digital brains. But of course, this whole hardware war, it isn't happening in a vacuum. While all these companies are fighting tooth and nail for resources, the rest of us are left to grapple with the consequences. So let's take a look at what else was going on this week across innovation, regulation, and, yeah, the societal risks. And man, it was a packed week. On the innovation front, Google dropped Gemini 3.1 Pro, which is a huge leap forward in complex reasoning. They even got it to generate music just from text prompts. Then you look at regulation. India is moving incredibly fast. They're now mandating a 3-hour takedown for deepfakes and are even proposing a whole new human-centric AI framework. And then there's the societal impact, which is getting clearer by the day. You've got media companies demanding to be paid for their data, while a big report from The Guardian kicked off this really important debate about cognitive laziness. Basically, this idea that by relying on AI so much, we might actually be making ourselves worse at critical thinking. So let's step back for a second. After all that, what is the big picture here? What does all of this, the hardware shortages, the new rules, these new anxieties, what does it all really mean for the future of AI? Okay, let's boil this all down to 4 key takeaways from the week. First, the AI race has officially hit a physical wall. It's not just about code anymore, it's limited by actual silicon. Second, and this is a big one, your personal tech budget is now directly tied to what's happening in corporate AI boardrooms. Third, governments are done talking. They're moving on to action, putting strict, fast-acting rules in place. And finally, the whole debate over the cost of AI is getting way bigger. We're not just talking about money anymore, we're talking about copyright and even how it affects our own ability to think. Which leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. For so long, AI felt like this limitless, purely digital thing, right? But now that it's smashing up against the very real limits of the physical world, silicon, memory, it makes you wonder, what's the next major bottleneck going to be? Is it going to be energy, access to data, or maybe something we haven't even thought of yet? Hey, if you find these connections between macroeconomics, technology, and AI as fascinating as I do, then you should definitely follow the Macroeconomica AI channel. We break down stories just like this every single week. And just a quick reminder, of course, this analysis is for informational purposes only. It is definitely not investment advice. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next breakdown.